Hi there, this is Anai. Welcome to my channel on family law and mediation and related topics. Today I want to talk about maintenance, and how to calculate it. Yes, it seems quite obvious to some people, but then other people are a bit clueless when it comes to working out a budget because they're just using to swipe their card the whole time and they don't always necessarily are aware of how much money they spend every month. So it's a good idea to just draw a bank statement to determine your income and expenses, and that way you can also pick up any hidden expenses that you haven't budgeted for, like your bank expenses. So depending on what type of bank account you have, the bank fees can range anything from R5 to about R500. So it's very important that you have a look at how much you spend on bank fees. And then obviously there are extra charges. Some accounts only include a certain amount of swipes a month. For other accounts, you have to pay extra if you withdraw money or if you buy at certain institutions. Also, if you do immediate payments, that's also additional fees that you should take into consideration. So, when you are planning to get a divorce, you should make a list of your income and expenses. So, the incomes include a salary, investments, maintenance from a previous relationship, or rental income. You should also include the following in your expenses: a bond installment or rental, vehicle installments, petrol, maintenance for a yearly service. What I usually do for my vehicles is I calculate the amount over a period of 12 months. So, for example, if your service is on average 3,600 per year, then you'll calculate it over 12 months, which works out to R300 per month. The same will go for your maintenance on your house. So, if you have any household maintenance, for example, the geyser that bursts, you still have to pay an excess. So what you can do is you should first of all check on your house maintenance policy to see how much your excess will be on the on replacing geyser, for example. So it can be anything between 1,000 and 1,800 rand, depending on the type of policy that you have. And you should therefore contact your insurance broker if you're not happy with the excess, then you should negotiate a different amount so that you can maybe just pay extra over every month so that you don't have that a large amount of excess or not pay any excess at all. So other expenses that you need to take into consideration is your water, electricity, and rates and taxes, obviously your household, homeowners, and car insurance, cell phone and Wi-Fi, maintenance expenses like excess for your geyser or your car, which I've already discussed. Then you have groceries, toiletries, cleaning material. Yes, so you would regard cleaning material as part of your groceries, but you don't really buy it every month necessarily, and when you do buy it, can be quite expensive. So you need to take that into consideration as well. And then you have domestic worker, your child minder or tutor, school fees. Your school fees will also include stationery, school outings, and then school fundraising that require extra money. And then clothing, medical expenses. Your medical expenses will be your medical aid, then your day to day over the counter medication, and maybe additional fees that are not covered by your medical aid. Other insurances that need to be taken into consideration is a funeral plan and life insurance, and then loans like your credit card and personal loans, and evolving loans or overdrafts that you might have. Okay, I've included the latest practice directive with the financial disclosure form, which is very extensive. It consists of about 23 pages, but it's definitely worth taking the time and effort to complete it. Though this form is specifically designed for High Court applications for maintenance, it's a good guideline to use even in the Magistrates Court or regional court proceedings. It's better to keep leverage further on if you are a stay-at-home mom or dad. Don't just move out of the house for the sake of separating from the other person. Make sure that you have a proper place to stay with for you and your child or children. Then also don't just sign a settlement agreement. I know some people just do it, especially the ladies. They just sign an agreement as an interim measure just to get some money. But unfortunately, some money doesn't cover all the expenses, and the people that would suffer at the end of the day are your children. So you don't want a situation where you just vacate the family home. The agreement is that Mr. or Mrs. will pay X amount for maintenance, and then they don't pay that amount, and then you sit out on the street. If the agreement is that the parties will sell the property because it's in both your names, then obviously you have to work your way around that situation. But in general, if it's not affordable for you to move anywhere until the divorce has been finalized and the maintenance issues have been resolved, then I would recommend that you just stay put for the time being. And so there's nothing wrong with you coming to an arrangement, an interim arrangement, but you must just consider also the fact that if you end up having to approach the court again, both parties have to submit their financial situation, the expenses and income. And after approaching the court, the matter might be postponed a few times. So you end up waiting longer for the money issues to be resolved. And yeah, then unfortunately your children has to suffer. That's all for me. Do subscribe and get notifications for other exciting topics. And you can also like and subscribe to my Facebook channel, which is Family and Divorce Mediations. I will also put this clip, post this clip there, as well as the financial disclosure form. If you have any questions, you're welcome to send me a message via Messenger on Facebook, and I will respond as soon as I can. Until next time.